Thank you. I'd like to call to order the Greenwood Advisory Plan Commission for Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. First item of business is approval of minutes from October 28th, 2024. And a motion to approve by Ms. Stambaugh and Mr. King is seconded. Any comments or questions on these? Not all in favor, please show by raising a hand. All opposed, same sign. It passes 6-0. Just a note of business, for us to have any motion carry, this is a 9-member board. You must have a majority of the 9, not a majority of 6. So it takes 5 votes for anything to be approved or declined this evening. Next item on the agenda is special requests or continuances. Should I defer to Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, we have a number of items on for today. One of them is being requested by staff. However, due to the order of the agenda that went out, I will let Neil, on behalf of Apollo, present his request to you first.
Yes, he has 3. Mr. Gordy.
Good evening, Gilbert Radio with Apollo Developers, 8904 Bash Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 4656. Come here this evening to request a continuance for Walker Commons on all 3 parcels. Making really good progress on the project. Making through the comments that were received by the planning. I have some slides to show if anyone would like to see them as backup. But I'm also here with my business partner at Hamilton, and speak more to the engineering items that I'm working on up to this point. Questions?
Okay, if we make motions on continuances, we should do these one at a time.
Is there a date? Let me ask, is there a date you're asking to?
Yeah, we'd be requesting December 9th.
For all 3?
Yes.
How many times have we continued these 35, 36, and 47?
I think this would be the 3rd.
So some of them are 3, and I believe one of them is 2. I believe the south west is 2, and the north and the southeast are 3. If my memory is correct.
That sounds right, I think.
You think you're good to go?
No, this might be the first time for this
I think it's the first time.
southwest. This is the first time for the southwest.
Yes, we do. So we've got our final documents for the gas line diesel production. We've been working with GCA on pedestrian access for a safe route to school. We've been working with Communicare on the north parcel to ensure that they have access to their facility as a second entrance for fire and safety reasons. And then actually adding more trails based on the new comprehensive plan that's been put in place. Working on the offsite sewer as well. That's kind of the reason that things have continued to get pushed out, but we want to make sure that we have everything submitted properly so that we can get staff approval.
Are you comfortable with December 9th, Mr. Nelson?
So I'm pulling up our calendar. I'm much more comfortable with the December 9th meeting than I am our next meeting. Our next meeting is very full, so I prefer if this could be pushed out to the 9th.
Okay. Are there any other questions or comments by commissioners?
I'm pulling up the agenda for the 9th. It looks like there's nothing on the 9th at this time.
There we go.
Seeing that, I would take a motion on PC 2024-035, the Walker Commons North Primary Plat.
Motion to continue PC 2024-035 Walker Commons North Primary Plat. December 9th to December 9th.
We have a motion by Ms. Stambaugh. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Probst. Any other questions or comments on it? Seeing none, all those in favor, please show by raising a hand. Motion carries 6-0. Next one would be PC 2024-036, Walker Commons Southeast, primary plat.
Move that we continue that one also to December 9th.
A motion by Mr. King. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Probst. Questions or comments on this one in particular? Seeing none, all in favor, please show by raising a hand. Motion carries 6-0. Third one is PC 2024-047, Walker Commons Southwest, primary plat.
Move that we continue that one to December 9th.
Motion by Mr. King,
All right, second from Mr. Price.
second by Mr. Price. Any other comments or questions on these? All those in favor, please show by raising a hand. Motion carries 6-0. Mr. Varadio, we'll see you December 9th.
Thank you.
The next item is one that falls under the tutelage of our planning staff, PC 2024-060, Center Grove zone map change.
Yes, so this is Center Grove zone map change, which you guys have previously approved a zone map change. It had commercial, also had some multifamily, and then it had a built to rent product. Built to rent product has gone away, and they are working with staff to amend and change their zone map, their planned unit development zoning to include a for sale product. It'll be both townhomes and single family homes that will be for sale, not a built to rent development. Planning has been working with them. The PUD process, a part of that zoning change, they also adopted an ordinance. And that ordinance needs to be thoroughly vetted by staff, and it doesn't fit comfortably with the workload that we have into the 30-day zone map change timeframe. So as staff, I am recommending that we continue this to our next meeting to allow staff more time to thoroughly look at the text changes.
So this one, you're fine moving to the next, to note the,
Yeah, so it will be a busier meeting on that meeting. I was concerned that we would have 3 petitions put on that meeting, which would, I believe, bump it up to 7. So with this one, I think it'll be able to be on that meeting.
So you're looking at the November 25th meeting.
Yes.
well, no, that's Thanksgiving week, so.
Yes.
It's Monday, the 20th.
Monday the 25th.
Monday the 25th.
We might wait till Thursday.
We might not get there till Thursday. Any questions for anybody, for Mr. Nelson, or anybody?
And I'll mention that the review is going well. There's not anything that we're having major issues with. It's just the amount of the review that it's taking. It's just a little bit more than a typical zone map change.
All right, so I'm just curious on this because it says the current zoning is AG and CL, but I thought on the agendas, I thought we had approved the PUD before we said.
They're expanding the area, the acreage will be more, so
Okay.
they are actually doing a zone map change to incorporate more land into the PUD district, and then of course there will be the text amendment to change the development, because it's not gonna be the rental, it will be
Okay.
Yeah, so
for sale.
Does it, I guess it says this
Owner-occupied.
because it reverted.
I think we might be also looking at the underlying zoning of it. But that may need to be amended to also mention the PUD zone. It is incorporating a larger portion of the property owned by the Bowmans for detention, dry detention basin. So the boundaries of the PUD is also changing. So for this, it will be a repeal and replace of the previous text that we adopted.
Okay, that was just a question I had, because I saw this and thought, we did do the PUD once on this.
And I think you are correct. I may need to amend the agenda to make sure it reflects that it is currently a PUD ordinance.
It's a PUD that's just for fixing.
And I'll actually have to make sure that they recorded their commitments, because that does trigger the actual zoning going into effect. So I'll update that for the 25th.
Anything else? I'll entertain a motion.
Okay.
Mr. Pioni. We have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. King. Nice questions, comments? All in favor, please show by raising a hand. Okay, PC 2024-060 Center Road zone map change is now it's November 25th. See, there's no findings of fact. Under old business, we just, the first one is, it was continued as PC 2024-035, Walker Commons North primary plat. The second item is PC 2024-036, Walker Commons Southeast primary plat, was also continued. Is there any old business from the floor? Seeing none, we'll go to new business. First item on that agenda is PC 2024-047, Walker Commons Southwest primary plat. That was just continued. The next item under new business is PC 2024-052, Jiffy Lube landscape waiver. As this is a landscape waiver, this is not a public hearing. Petitioner, please state your name and address.
My name is Andrew Barkosi. I'm with Barkosi Surveying. We're at 4800 West Smith Valley Road, Greenwood, Indiana, 46142. We're here representing Jiffy Lube at the corner of Fairview and 135. We were actually in front of you guys to go for a landscape waiver for the additional buffer along 135 where the existing building is located and exiting of garages and cars. We just don't have a lot of space to provide all these landscaping. And then we went ahead and submitted for the civil or the commercial site plan, and in that review, we realized we forgot about the foundation landscaping, so that came up. And again, we're asking for this for along 135, and we're also asking this along Fairview because we have two fronts. For the ordinance, we're supposed to supply a 10-foot wide strip along the fronts of any building that have certain type of plans and such in that area. Along the one along 135, again, it's all the garage doors, not really much wall space in general to put it, due to all the ingresses out of it. And then just, we don't really have the space to put it in there. We're held to existing, lot line and everything. To get the cars in and out, there's really not enough space to provide any type of landscaping in that area. We will have the landscaping along the front of the drives there too. So there will be landscaping in front of the building. It just won't be directly in front of the building. It'll be small little plants. The other side along Fairview, Jiffy Lube has done this program called their mural project, and so they team up with all local artists, and they do these at all their locations. So what they've done is they've gone ahead to use the ARP on this. Yeah. And they've done all these murals on a certain side of the wall. They've gone ahead and selected the south side of the wall for this facing Fairview. And these are just some of the photos of the existing murals. So this one is actually in Whiteland. This one is at 31, and so you guys have probably seen these two. But they're all over. So they team with all the local artists and allows them to get to show their work off. A lot of these are very, very cool. Wow. We're hoping this one's going to be very nice. I think they select the artist, but he doesn't have any plans or anything out like that right now. And so because of this, we're requesting to have no foundation landscaping as well in front of this. As you can see, typically the artist goes all the way down to the ground. It really gives them the whole platform to just do unique things. I think it's going to look really great on this area. You can clearly be able to see this coming north on 135 and on Fairview. These are just kind of a little bit different options. They have a lot more than this. It's just a couple of them I picked off their website. They're all on the website, like the look at them. So that's what we're requesting the same thing. There will be grass in front of this, so it's not like they're going to concrete or anything like that. It's actually part of my drive detention for this area, so there'll be nothing blocking this. It's all going to be grass in front of it. They just don't want little plantings coming up to block the mural as it reaches all the way to the ground. Hopefully, to allow them to have the maximum canvas, if you would. So, that's why we're requesting this paper. I hope we get one.
That one.
This one, yeah, I hope we get one.
Yeah,
I like this one as well.
well,
So this mural program is not drastically different from what Johnson County Community Foundation has done for several years now. They've got several of them, ranging from right on the side of the courthouse with the bubbles and things like that. Other places around town.
Yeah, I think it's great. I love them. They're great. They're pretty cool.
I like the gummy bears. I'm
Yeah.
partial to that.
Me too. So we'll see. This artist has not done one yet, so they picked a new artist. At least that's what's on the website. I'm not sure if it's 100%, but on the website it states that they picked an artist. They just haven't yet said what he's going to do. So I think he's waiting to see if the project goes through. So
I'm sorry, Shauna says the one's a bit much. I think we should have one better than that one.
It's not the Bellagio in Vegas.
It's our West Gateway.
That takes all.
But I understand what you're saying about the plantings along the foundation. If you go on Main Street, several buildings down from Main and Madison, Community Foundation put a mural on that wall, and what was the service station there always had their 2 or 3 dumpsters in front of it.
Yeah.
Bring the ambiance.
Yeah, like this one in Wycombe, I mean, it's nice. It breaks it up kind of along 31 there.
Plus it makes you hungry for gummy bears.
And there's a Dollar Tree next to it that sells.
My children love it.
Yeah.
I see no reason.
Any questions, comments, or anything from the commission?
It's a good option for landscaping, support the art field.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
And it's not a monotonous building wall.
There's no scientific reason why we have to have certain things. So other than, like, you know what I mean, for debris, watershed, ash, any of that.
I mean, there's aesthetic reasons why we require plantings. They can also help with, there's benefits to having trees and plants in your cities as far as environmental reasons as well. I think mostly the foundation plantings are likely there for aesthetics, for at least in our code.
The architectural concept of having a hard building, and then you have bushes, then you have lawn. Just like you have businesses, you have apartments, you have homes.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of older developments that are almost 100% asphalt pavement with no signs of vegetation or life. So I think it's a reaction to that, and I think it's been a positive reaction. If you see newer buildings that have been constructed, I'll mention the Starbucks on Worsville has quite a bit of landscaping around that building. So it's visually a nice looking thing. Yep, there are also stormwater benefits as well. If you have roots, they can soak up more rainwater or keep the ground in place. As far as staff comments on this, we were recommending approval. We also think that the arts are a great thing to be supporting. We did note that a couple of the murals that maybe weren't selected in the slideshow did have some landscaping in front of them. So staff had asked that smaller plantings, such as flower and ground cover, be required along the south side, where they could possibly complement the mural. So that was for the south side, we recommended ground cover.
You said, I dried attention, because I know that's a big grass lot now, you're
Yes.
gonna need some of that, is it, what's kind
It's
of
like 40 feet from the building to the
sidewalk?
sidewalk, it's all grass. It's all grass, so, I read the staff report, and it's one of those things where, since I don't know, I asked if they had an idea of the mural, obviously, if I knew it was gonna be more up off the ground, or something that's more tied into it, I'd probably be more open to it, but when you want a blank canvas for him to work, or, whoever's working on it, you wanna get the option, so, I mean, I'm open to attempting to, and mentioning it, that if at all possible, some flowers or something to go with the mural, but as for the canvas itself, the maximum wall cover is what they're really looking for.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
Like this, and I know there's asphalt in a lot of front of these, you get more look for it, but, that's kind of our feeling, and landscaping gets to it, gets overgrown, and someone doesn't maintain it,
and it could detract from it,
and
yeah.
it could detract from the mural itself,
It could be incorporated into the mural design.
or that as well, and that can, it's kind of a catch-22.
I think if you had more idea where you were coming to say,
Yeah.
here's our idea of the mural, I think I'd be more comfortable adding in that kind of a restriction, but I think I support a totally blank canvas, and we just encourage planting as appropriate,
Yeah.
Because I don't want to restrict it all, the artist's idea, because they may have no idea yet. They may have just gotten a giant canvas that they're going, okay.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't want to put too much restriction on that at this point, because it's kind of an area that needs a little bit of a dress up. Yeah.
Bootstrap.
Most definitely.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I would appreciate a motion.
Mr. President, I move that the request of SCS Construction Services on behalf of Jiffy Lube for a waiver of the requirements of the Unified Development Ordinance, Greenwood Municipal Code, Section 10-03-06G, foundation plantings that specifies that commercial properties under 25,000 square feet shall have a minimum 10-foot wide landscaping strip along the full length of a foundation facing a street to permit relocation of the plantings required along the foundation of the subject building facing State Road 135, the east side, and Fairview Road, the south side, to other areas of the site, because the east building frontage facing State Road 135 is primarily comprised of overhead doors. There's already landscaping provided in the nearby perimeter parking area. And the south building frontage facing Fairview Road will have a painted mural. Be approved with the condition that smaller plantings such as flowers and ground cover shall be planted. Actually,
Do you want to include that?
no, strike the
condition?
condition, yeah, that it be approved and that the plan commission find that applicant has met the criteria set forth by Greenwood Municipal Code Section 10-04-03K for the waiver for the reasons set forth in its request for waiver and as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. King. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Price. Last comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, please show by raising a hand. Motion carries 6-0. Mr. Barkosi, good luck.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good one.
Excited to see it.
Next item on new business is PC 2024-060, Center Grove zone map change. Continue. As this was continued previously, we'll move on again. Is there any new business from the floor? Seeing none. Any announcements? Always got something.
Thanks for Paul for staying here tonight and joining us.
Mr. Keone's wisdom, experience is greatly appreciated.
He's gonna come in now and then so we remember him.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Just kind of remind us he's here.
Every year.
I'll see no announcements. I'll take one more motion.
I move to adjourn.